I have the Starbucks Triple Shot Energy with 225 milligrams of caffeine. Wasn't my first choice, but this is what I have. And it's pretty tasty, so I'll definitely drink it. Also my crispy water, so in a different cup, because my space cup, you guys, was sad. I think it was like 2 days ago now. I dropped my space cup on the ground. It slid right out of my hand when I put my ice in it, and it shattered everywhere. It was one of those glasses that just a million zillion pieces. One of them actually cut my foot. It was a nightmare. But I digress. I went and I got myself a new cup for my water. Very pretty. They're not as cool as a space cup. But all the fluids were here to talk about January's reads in review, right? We read 14 books in January. So that's pretty decent. That's a really good start to the year. I don't know that I'm going to read any more than 14 books in a month. So might be my best month yet. But we're going to talk about some of my favorites and some of my least favorites. If you watch my channel, some of this may be redundant to you, but that is okay. First, let me drop my little graph, whatever you want to call it, spreadsheet in here so you guys can see everything that I read this month. Okay, 14 books. We're going to start with some ones that I haven't done separate videos on. And that would be those two Bergman Brothers books. Always Only You or Only When It's Us. Those two books. Phenomenal. So the premise is that the Bergman family are like Swiss, I believe, Swedish or Swiss immigrants. Swedish, I believe. And they live in Southern California now. And Ren is a hockey player, and his brother used to play soccer, but now he is deaf, and he falls for the star soccer player at USC, the female. And so yeah, they are just really cute stories about, both of them have people with like disabilities in them. In the first book, it is the Bergman brother who has the disability. He's deaf from, not mono, but something that causes deafness. I don't remember exactly what the thing was. It wasn't like polio or mono. Those are what's coming to my mind, and I know it wasn't those. So he had an illness, and when he woke up in the hospital, he was deaf. And so the first book deals with that disability, and then the second one, the manager of the hockey team, the female in the book, has really bad rheumatoid arthritis, and yeah, she like barely can get around. So that is her disability. But I really enjoyed them. They were very sweet books. They were very quick reads. They were just all around really, really good. I think I gave both of those books 5 stars. I tried to read book 3, which is their sister Freya's book. It's not as good, guys. I'm almost DNFing it. I'm trying not to. But if it's not in my February reads and reviews, it's because I DNF'd it. It's just not catching me the way that the Two Brothers books did. Plus, I've got so much else on my plate to read right now. What else? 2 of my favorites from the month were Wish You Were Here, which I already did a video on, and it's probably going to end up being one of my favorite books of the year. I love me some Jodi Picoult. And the other one was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which also phenomenal. I did a separate video on it. Very, very, very good. I read the 3 books in Mistborn Era too. Those were excellent. I really, really enjoyed those. They were definitely like my quick reads, my comic relief for the month. Did not so much enjoy The Spanish Love Deception or The Idea of You. Both of those were letdowns for me. Spanish Love Deception was not nearly as good as people I thought on TikTok were saying, and they were kind of hyping it up more than what it deserved to be. It was very boring for the first 50 to 60% of the book, and then it tried to make up for it in the last 25, and that's just not cool with me. And The Idea of You was just not good. It just wasn't. It was unrealistic. It was unreasonable. It was the horkiest, rich, beautiful French woman trope I've ever heard. Did not like The Idea of You. Is that everything? The 3 Mistborn books, my 2 favorites, the 2 Berkman brother books, the 2 that I just talked about. No, I'm missing some. Run on Red was a really great, quick thriller, like really quick thriller. I think I read it in a day easily. It's about 2 girls who are going out to a party in the middle of nowhere. They realize that they have a tail. Someone is following them, and just all of the craziness that ensues. So yeah, that was a really good book. Come on, Lauren. Brain, think. What else did you read? I'm gonna be so mad at myself. Oh, Gilded Princess was a mafia romance. I read the first book, which is Gilded Princess, and it was okay. I may read, I think I downloaded on Kindle Unlimited the rest of the books in that series. I may read the rest of the books in that series, and I may not. I'm not really sure. It's just going to depend on how much time I have to read. Right now, my reading TBR is so crazy. My cousin just sent me 2 Colleen Hoovers. It ends with us and it begins with us, or it starts with us, I think. So I'm going to do a review next week on those because they have been so hyped up and talked about. You either love It Ends With Us or you hate It Ends With Us. It's a line and you fall on this side or you fall on that side. And we're going to find out what side Lauren falls on pretty soon. Because that's going to be my next video for you guys. Is I'm going to have read those and see what we thought of them. Oh my gosh, the Book of Cold Cases I read this month. So good. What made me think of it is that next month I just got it from the library. The other Simone St. James book, the Sundown Motel, I think it's called. So we're going to read that in February too. But yeah, Book of Cold Cases was amazing. It's one of my favorite thrillers I've read. 10 out of 10 for sure. Also read Daisy Darker. That was another thriller this month. Got it from the library also. For some reason I always seem to forget the library books because they're not like on my shelf or on my Kindle that I see all the time. But Daisy Darker was a murder mystery. They get together for Nana's birthday and Nana dies and somebody killed her, and who from the family killed her. It was really good. There was a couple of twists, some of them obviously coming, some of them not so much, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it was a British thriller. You guys know I love my British thrillers. I don't know why. I've never been to England. I'm changing that in July. But I've never been to England, but for some reason, the way they talk about these cities, I feel like I know where they are and what it looks like. Honestly, I think it's my imagination. I think the reason I love British thrillers is because I've never been there. So Cornwall, so London, so Wales, so all these places, they can look like whatever I picture them because I've never been there. If a book takes place in Atlanta, if a book takes place in Detroit, if a book takes place in Nashville, I've been to these places. So if something's inaccurate in the book, I'm like, nobody would be walking at 2 a.m. down 7 Mile, like, and, you know, the heroine is, like, then it ruins the book, kind of, or at least ruins that scene for me. But I think with British thrillers, I don't know what any of these places look like. So, whatever the author tells me, that's what it is, you know? So, I think that that is why I like British thrillers so much. That, and there's some amazing British authors, like Alice Feeney, who wrote Daisy Darker, Ruth Ware. Some of them are just really, really good authors. So, there you go. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed both of those thrillers, The Book of Cold Cases and Daisy Darker. What else am I reading in February? Started the Inheritance Games on my Kindle. You know, I'm usually got 2 books going at one time. So I've got the Inheritance Games on my Kindle going, and I have It Ends With Us going on my desk. And I am like halfway through it. I'm not going to give any spoilers on what I think about it yet. That's going to be for Monday's video. What Lauren thought of Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. Be there, because I'm probably going to have some very strong feelings about it. But yeah, I am so happy you guys joined me for my January review. I can't believe January's over, guys. I feel like we were just doing December's review. This is craziness how fast these months are going by. But I digress. I hope you read a lot in January, or at least did whatever it is that makes you happy. So, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for watching. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. And we will see you guys on Monday. Bye.